Hello and welcome to the Long Island weather update. It is about 10 o'clock on March 13th. And yes, we had a lot more cirrus around, not a nice blue sky like yesterday. You can also see an area of showers. This looks like some kind of front actually coming through. And I think when this front passes through, it's going to actually. Today we had a sea breeze on Long Island, which kept things cooler, but this actually looks like an actual front here. If we look at the weather map, yeah, it looks like something. Yeah, it looks like some kind of front or a low pressure system here. So it's going to act more like a warm front, if anything else. It shows it's a cold front, but it's going to cause more of a westerly wind tomorrow. Before I get to that, though, I hope you've taken a look at the moon tonight because, and you know, we have an eclipse coming up in April, a solar eclipse, actually a pretty decent one. We'll be able to see a decent amount of it from here. But I took this picture of the moon tonight because it was. You'll notice that the dark side of the moon is brighter than it normally is, as we got a crescent moon here. And you'll also notice Jupiter over here. That's right, folks. This is Jupiter. I was actually able to get a picture of Jupiter, believe it or not. I'm going to actually just zoom it in a little bit to show you. Not only did I capture Jupiter, I mean, it is a noisy picture because I had to take it at a high ISO. But look at that. Those are the moons of Jupiter around it. So, yeah, pretty awesome, right? Yeah, I figured I'd show you that. But anyway, let's look at the radar because there actually are a couple of showers upstate. You'll see here a couple of showers. We won't see any shower activity here, but there are a couple upstate in Connecticut with this little trough moving through, or whatever you want to call it. Looking at the radar, you'll see again these little showers here, but I think we'll see any. Well, we won't see any rain here. Probably just clouds. Looking across the country, yes, there is severe weather in the Midwest again. Kansas has some severe weather. And if we go to the weather and hazards map here, you'll see that, where is it? There it is. You'll see tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches for that particular part of the area. Winter weather in the Rockies, and a red flag warning in the Panhandle of Texas. That's the last thing they need, obviously. Got some wind advisories and wind in California and Nevada. But for us, we're just dealing with the warmth here. I still see coastal flood statements and flood advisories still in effect for, I'm guessing it has something to do with the tide or whatever. And along these rivers, we're still seeing some flood advisories because of the wet ground. The good news is no rain in the forecast for the next couple of days. And what looks like we're going to deal with on Friday doesn't look too major. So let's look at the temperatures right now across the area. And a big difference temperature depending on where you were today. Long Island and coastal areas, mainly in the 50s. If you were in parts of Jersey, it got up into the 70s. So right now, 45 at Islip, 45 degrees. So you can see that southeast wind. All right, so let's look at our highs today because this is where things get interesting. So on Long Island, highs generally in the mid to upper 50s, low 50s out east. As you make your way toward the city, highs were around in the low 60s. However, if you make your way inland to inland areas of Jersey, and even Tom's River got in on the action, it was into the 70s. The west parts of Tom's River got it 73 at Miller Air Park. So, and Tom's River itself was 68. So very warm inland, west of the Parkway in New Jersey. Pretty warm, mid 70s, low to mid. I actually see mid 70s here. Yeah, look at that. 74 at Oswego Lake. 74, oh my gosh. So, yeah, very warm conditions, depending on where you were today. Looking at the lows, West Hampton got down to 27, so there was a little radiational cooling. 37 at Islip. In the city, it was in the 40s. Let's see, 30 at Miller Air Park. So it went from 30 to 70. We got to think about this. The low was 30, and then it went up. This was 30 this morning in the Pine Barrens west of Tom's River, and then it went up to 73. That is a 43-degree temperature. 43, right? Not mistaken. 43-degree temperature rise. That's insane. Yeah, that's crazy there. 43. That's what a range in temperature that is. That's incredible to see that. Really is. That's why it's so desert-like over there. I mean, you just have some crazy. And West Hampton can get those variations too, of course, if there isn't a sea breeze. And that's what we're going to look into tomorrow because things are going to start warming up. So looking at the Weather Prediction Center, you see here, we see that ridge building, and it looks like a warm front actually coming through, I think. Storm Prediction Center, I'm just showing you this severe weather in the Midwest. and just incredible temperature variations. If we go to the Ventus sky, I'll just point this out to you again here. We put this to like 2 o'clock this afternoon or 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can see how much cooler it is on Long Island and then how much warmer it is in New Jersey. So, yeah, we got warmer weather on the way. So let's first go our climate statistics for the day from the Weather Service. And we'll go to our local past weather and look at our highs, our conditions at Islip again. High 57, which was still 10 degrees above normal. Low of 37, that's 6 degrees above normal. And yeah, it gives an average of 47 and 8 degrees above normal for the day. At Islip Central Park, significantly warmer. High of 62. That's 13 degrees above normal. The low of 49, 14 degrees above normal. And that gives us an average of 56. That's 14 degrees above normal. Let's go to Newark because New Jersey is going to be even warmer. Newark itself only got to 64, though. That's 14 degrees above normal for the day. If we want to look at some of the other sites, can do JFK. JFK got up to 57. The Ward got up to 60 again. That southeasterly wind did a good job at keeping a lot of areas cool. However, if we went to the Philadelphia office, which obviously I'd have to go change this, you'd see Atlantic City being way above normal. We're going to have to do that. So let's just show you what we're dealing with. Preliminary monthly data for Islip, just to show you how above normal this month is so far. We're running 8.8 degrees above normal at Islip, and Central Park is running 8 degrees above normal. So that's quite a significant departure from normal for March. So let's change this to Philadelphia now, and we'll go to the climate data for them. I know I've got to go a little bit of a different way on their site. So let's go to Atlantic City because this is where it was really. So got up to 73 at Atlantic City. That's 21 degrees above normal. Low of 39 was 7 degrees above normal. And that gives an average of 56, which is 14 degrees above normal. So just crazy departures for the year. And I'm just curious, preliminary monthly data for Atlantic City, how much above normal they're running. And they're running 7.7 degrees above normal. So 7.5 to 8 degrees above normal pretty much at many of the climate sites so far this month. So let's look at the models here. We're under the control of high pressure, and we stay that way. You can see that high taking that southeastern position, puts us in the warm air. We've got a weak front coming through on Friday. And then fair weather for the weekend right now, and just a slight chance of rain on Sunday. So the weekend's looking a lot better now. It won't be a washout like we've had for the past, 3 or 4 weekends. We're actually going to have a nice week. And then behind that, we do have some colder weather coming in for next week. You see that high pressure there coming in. It will be colder, but it won't be bitterly cold air. If we look at the temperature anomaly chart, again, showing you we're way above normal for this week. And then as we get into next week, you can see cools down to near normal to below normal, a little bit below normal. Nothing crazy. But you do see the GFS continuing to advertise in the long range some much colder weather for the end of the month. We'll have to see if we get to see any of that Arctic outbreak or not. But there's still a chance that we could wind up definitely getting colder again. But right now it feels like spring out there. So let's look at the HRRR model here. 0Z HRRR. And you'll see here this front, this rain area that's going to be coming for Friday. But you can see it's not really much, just a slight chance of a shower, and mainly in the late afternoon and evening hours. It probably won't amount to very much. Let's look at our dew points and wind flow, because this kind of is going to tell the story. So you see we have a southwest wind to start the day, but then as the morning, look at that. We've got a northwest to west wind, no sea breeze tomorrow. Until the afternoon, until later in the afternoon. So a lot of areas are going to be able to reach that 70-degree mark, I think, even on Long Island before the sea breeze kicks in and then drops temperatures on the South Shore first, and then eventually we'll get what's left of it in the middle of the island and the North Shore. Jersey is going to not get any of it. And then for Friday, you could see we're starting off with that west wind again, actually, Friday showing even less of a sea breeze. Actually, maybe no sea breeze at all, because when that front comes through, you'll notice the humidity will come up ahead of it. It's just going to shift the winds back to the north again. So Friday could be even warmer than Thursday at this point. Tonight, we'll probably drop back into the 40s, maybe some 30s. on Long Island and the Pine Barrens. And then tomorrow, look at what's going to happen. So I think we have a good shot at everywhere except right on the immediate South Shore, seeing 70 degrees, and then it'll drop toward the afternoon. You can see, look at that, and mid-70s for Jersey. So 70 to 75 could be way, way above normal. Chances of record-breaking warmth tomorrow, actually, could be record-breaking for tomorrow. And then you see there's the sea breeze showing up, and you see it cooling off the South Shore later on. And then Long Island will probably have a cooler night, maybe upper 40s on Long Island, but Jersey will probably be in the 50s. And then Friday, with no sea breeze but more cloud cover, temperatures will still, I think, get into the upper 60s to around 70, perhaps warmer if there's more sunshine. But yeah, it's going to be a warm one tomorrow. It's going to be a warm one, very warm and possibly record-breaking as well. Let's go to the GFS next. So here's the GFS showing you the warmth again. And you can see no sea breeze. Here's Friday, no sea breeze. But you'll see what happens as we get toward the weekend. We'll visualize this front coming through. Yes, they're pounding us JFK arrivals because they love doing that. It's not like they can fly over the North Shore where it's less densely populated because those people have money and they don't want to hear it, so we got to deal with it. But anyway, let's go to the dew points and wind flow. Let's do that. Show you the front here coming through. So here's the front for Friday. And then you see winds go to the northeast, north, and then they go to the south later on. And then westerly winds for Sunday. And then just showing you behind that storm. That storm is going to be suppressed. Originally, that's what we're thinking. Luckily, it's suppressed, so we're not going to see too much rain. And then the stronger west and northwest winds take over. That drier air kind of moves in next week. And you'll see that northwest flow for next week. And then just going ahead here, again, you see a little bit of that Arctic air trying to work its way in, but don't get, that's definitely, that could be Arctic air right there. So a week from this Sunday, March 24th, if we were in this air mass, and still the sun is strong, so we still manage to probably break 40, even if we have the Arctic air in place. But there's a lot of volatility in this. So if I look at the 12Z run, see it's a little bit warmer. So, but there will be some cool downs. But as far as any days where it doesn't make it out of the 30s, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see that anymore. We don't have the snowpack in Canada to support, so even if an Arctic air mass does come, it just heavily will modify by the time it gets here. I really don't think we'll see any more snow as well. That's kind of done. I think winter is pretty much done for. Like we ever had a winter to begin with. But anyway, let's look at the sky cover here. On the GFS, obviously a low resolution model, but showing some cirrus around. Obviously Friday we'll have a lot more clouds, but Saturday and Sunday we should have partly sunny conditions, or maybe even mostly sunny, depending on what happens. Obviously, it's a little too far in advance to look at that. Let's go to the RGEM next. This is the RGEM model here, which kind of did a good job here showing the cirrus today. Tomorrow, we'll probably be dealing with a little cirrus at times, passing through some jet junk, and probably won't be a nice blue sky. I doubt it. And then, though I've been surprised before, and then we'll have a lot more clouds for Friday, showing a lot more clouds around. And then as we get into Saturday, push this front off to the south, we could actually have a mostly sunny day by the afternoon, perhaps. So it could be Saturday, could be a very nice day. Unlike the past, 3 Saturdays, we'll actually have sunshine. It'll be good weather to be outside. So that's some good news. But right now, it's all about the warmth. So we're going to visualize this warmth for tomorrow on the Ventu Sky model again. So let's take this to 1 o'clock. And you'll see the temperatures. I think this is underdoing it. I think we have a good chance of getting to 70 on Long Island, because look at the wind flow. Look at the arrows. They're coming from the west. The sea breeze, you're just going to have to be right on the beach to feel the sea breeze, pretty much right on the shore to feel it. As we get toward the afternoon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, that's when we'll see more of a sea breeze develop. And you'll note that it'll be stronger in Suffolk County, Nassau. It's going to be a very warm day tomorrow. So, tomorrow will be no jacket required. It will be a very warm day. Don't take the jacket with you because you'll be hot. So get ready for some heat tomorrow. So I guess that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I think it's going to be a pretty warm day because as you see that sea breeze, we're not going to have much of it tomorrow. So it's going to be a warm one. Have a good night.